Hunter Kanoki, and this is Fools FAQ, a show where I take the internet's most burning questions and give you an answer that make you the smartest person at your next pool party. On today's episode, summer's most confusing pool rule. Alright, real talk. How many of you remember being told to wait after eating before you could go back into the pool? And I'm not talking about a quick dip, I'm talking a full arbitrary waiting period. 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. Some of you probably had relatives who demanded a solid 2 hours before you were allowed back into the water. The reasoning was always vague but ominous. You'll get cramps, you could drown. The implication being that your body would literally betray you the moment you ate a sandwich and then dove in. Your stomach would cramp up, you'd panic, and apparently your swimming skills would evaporate like water from a hot pool deck. So here's a question that's probably been nagging at you since childhood. Is this actually true, or is it one of those rules that got passed down so many times it became gospel, even though nobody really knows why it exists in the first place? So let's start with the history, because this rule didn't just appear to thin air. It turns out the culprit is the Boy Scouts of America. Yeah, the Boy Scouts. Back in 1911, over 100 years ago, they published a manual that warned swimmers not to go into the water too soon after eating. And here's the exact quote they used. Ready? Quote, "Many boy swimmers make the mistake of going into the water too soon after eating. The stomach and digestive organs are busy preparing the food for the blood and body. Suddenly, they are called upon to care for the work of the swimmer. The change is too quick for the organs, the process of digestion stops, congestion is apt to follow, and then paralyzing cramps," unquote. Paralyzing cramps, that's the language they used, and honestly, it sounds plausible if you don't think about it too hard. Your body is doing two things, digesting and swimming, and apparently one of them is going to lose out and cause your muscles to betray you. The only problem? It's completely made up. Well, not made up, it's just wrong. Here's what's actually happening in your body when you eat and then swim. Yes, your digestive system does get some extra blood flow after you eat. That's real. Your body does allocate resources to the stomach and intestines to break down food, but, and this is the crucial part that everyone seems to forget, your body has a lot of blood. Like an alarming amount. You have about 5 liters of blood constantly circulating through your body. Some of it goes to your stomach to help with digestion. Some goes to your muscles. Some goes to your brain. Your body is genuinely capable of doing multiple things at once. I know, shocking. According to Dr. Maria Alvarez, a family medicine physician at Marshfield Clinic, quote, "When your body's digesting food, this doesn't mean all its energy and blood is concentrated on that effort. Your body still has plenty of energy and blood to digest your food, and the whole premise that digestion steals blood from your muscles and leaves them unable to function is fundamentally false. Your muscles are not going to starve for oxygen because your stomach is processing a sandwich." Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what about all the people who say they have gotten cramps, and maybe that's you listening, while swimming after eating? Fair question. Here's the thing about cramps. They happen. People get muscle cramps while swimming all the time. The difference is, cramps are not caused by eating. Muscle cramps are primarily caused by 3 things: dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, that's sodium, potassium, magnesium, and overexertion. You can get a cramp from swimming 10 minutes after waking up on an empty stomach if you're dehydrated or if you even push too hard. This is where the science gets really interesting. The American Red Cross Scientific Advisory Committee actually conducted a massive review of the available scientific literature. They looked at study after study, and you know what they found? Multiple trials with hundreds of swimmers, we're talking 840 trials across different studies, tested swimmers eating and then swimming immediately afterward. Different waiting intervals, different meal sizes, researchers documented any discomfort, nausea, or cramping. Out of 840 trials, there was 1 case of regurgitation, 4 cases of nausea, and 0 confirmed cases of stomach cramps from eating. And importantly, there was no difference in swimming performance between swimmers who had eaten and swimmers who hadn't. The American Red Cross's official conclusion, quote, "There is no evidence that eating before swimming increases risk for drowning and can be dismissed as a myth," unquote. And here's the kicker. The International Life-Saving Federation and World Water Safety came to the same conclusion. They stated, quote, "There is no evidence that eating before swimming increases risk for drowning," unquote. Neither the Red Cross, the American Academy of Pediatrics, nor the Consumer Product Safety Commission offer any guidelines or warnings about waiting to swim after eating. Why? Well, because there's simply nothing to warn about. But there's even more evidence. You want to know who really puts this myth to the test? Well, professional endurance swimmers. These are athletes swimming distances so long and so hard that if eating caused cramping, it would literally end their athletic careers. You know what they do? They eat during the races. Seriously. Endurance swimmers competing in ultra-long distances consume food while they're actively swimming because they need the fuel. If eating while swimming actually caused paralyzing cramps, this would be impossible, but they do it anyway so that they don't drown. Olympic swimmers compete at the highest levels of athletic performance right after eating pre-race meals. Elite swimmers who have more control of their bodies than basically anyone on the entire planet don't seem to have gotten the memo about the wait 30 minutes rule. Now, there is one thing we should talk about, and that's the difference between a cramp and a stitch. They're not the same thing, even though they kind of feel similar. A stitch is technically called, quote, exercise-related transient abdominal pain, unquote. And honestly, scientists still don't fully understand why they happen. What they do know is that a full stomach might contribute to a stitch in some cases because bloating can cause pressure on the lining of your abdomen. It's not the same as a cramp, and it's definitely not the same as drowning risk. And overall, here's the practical takeaway. If you are uncomfortable swimming right after a massive meal, then just don't. Wait 20 or 30 minutes. There's nothing wrong with being cautious about your comfort level. It's just not dangerous. There's a big difference between I feel a little uncomfortable and I will cramp up and die. One is minor and the other is fiction. So, why does this myth persist? Why are parents still telling their kids to wait an hour after eating before jumping back in the pool? Well, because advice from older generations has a way of sticking around even after it's been debunked. We hear it from our parents, so we tell our kids. Nobody stops to ask, wait, is this actually true? It's just part of the cultural bedrock. Plus, it was in the official Boy Scout manual, and that lent it authority. When something gets printed in an official document, it tends to stick around in the collective consciousness for a surprisingly long time, as we can see, even after we've learned better. But here's the bottom line. Eating before swimming is safe. Not probably safe, not safe enough, genuinely, scientifically, evidence-based safe. But what's not safe is being dehydrated, overexerting yourself, or ignoring actual warning signs like chest pain or dizziness. But a full stomach, that's not your problem. Now, this isn't health advice, but if you want the ideal scenario for energy and comfort, eat a balanced meal with some carbs and protein about 2 to 3 hours before swimming. If you're hungry, you can only grab a snack 20 minutes before, you're totally fine. Jump in. Your body knows how to digest food and move your limbs simultaneously. Revolutionary, I know. But the next time someone tells you to wait, you can smile and inform them that their advice is over a century old and has been wrong the entire time. Thank you so much for listening to Fool's FAQ. Feel free to leave a 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts, as it also helps new listeners discover the show. For more fascinating answers to your burning questions, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and always stay curious.